Hi, Lucy Crandall here with the Seniors Blue Book. And today for our Senior Spotlight, I am talking with Dr. Melissa Balizan. And I'm super excited to have her on today. She is just a wealth of knowledge. And we're going to be talking about a topic that's, important, I guess, is what we'll say. And it's one of those things that really can help folks either stay independent or really be the determining factor on if they have to be in a facility or not. And what we're talking about is medication management. And while I am no expert on that in any way, shape, or form, I do happen to have one here with me today. So I'm just going to really kind of turn it over. But Dr. Melissa, talk to us about medication management for seniors, what that means, how it can help keep them independent, all of those kinds of things.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Lucy, for having me here. I'm honored to be here on the spotlight with Seniors Blue Book. And so, yes, medication management. And the reason that I'm qualified to talk to you is I have been a pharmacist for over 20 years. And so I work very much with patients every single day. I talk to thousands of patients a month and helping them with their medication management, helping them optimize what they're taking. And so making sure that they understand what they're taking and why they're taking it. And that's kind of a huge piece. And I think especially as individuals and as seniors, instead of just taking it because your doctor tells you, you should also know why. So you should understand why, and that's going to help you understand it and be able to live more independently. Because if you know the reason why you're taking something, and you know how you take it, and how much you take and how often, that's very important for you as well. So when I talk to patients or clients right now, when I talk to them, I do that. I do kind of an assessment, and we look at and we see, okay, well, what kind of medications are you taking? Are you able to understand why you're taking something? Are you understand to know how you take something? Do you need to have help setting up your pills? So that's something that you can still live independently. And maybe it's just a family member or a hired caretaker that comes in and helps set up your medications, because you may have some kind of physical disability, physical thing that maybe not able to set them up, but you understand why you're taking them. And so that's also, even when you have somebody else set up your medications, it's helpful for you to know what you're taking and why. So when you look in that, if you're setting up a pill box, you look in the pill box and you're supposed to have 5 pills in there. And you know that you're supposed to have a green one, a blue one, and 3 white ones. Okay. So that's something to help you be independent as well, is to understand what you're taking. If you're setting them up yourself, that's awesome. If you can still do that, that's very important to me, is that if you can still do that, that's number one for me. If you can do that, have a list of what you take so that you can refer to it. I always want you to go back to the original bottle and read that as well, but have a list so that handily you can know, okay, I take X, Y, and Z, and on X, I take 1 tablet once a day, and on Y, I take 2 tablets once a day, and on Z, I take 1 tablet twice a day. And you know that they're all for different things. So your X is for your high blood pressure, your Y is for your cholesterol, and your Z is because you had a cancer that you're treating, or something like that. So those are an example. There's hundreds of medications out there, and then you add in the supplements that you're taking as well. And so that's another piece of medication management, is making sure that your supplements are good supplements and that they fit well with your medications.
Yeah, well, and I know back in my home care days, I would have patients that would be in the hospital, and they would come out of the hospital with a whole new set of meds, and they would not really know how to take them. And they would, sort of intermix them with what they were on before. And, none of the doctors really talked at all. And so how can we help alleviate those kinds of things?
Exactly. So if you do go in for a procedure or go into the hospital and you're admitted for a time, when you come out of the hospital, hopefully you'll have a nice new clean list of what you should be taking now. And so you should go home And often you're going to stop by the pharmacy on your way home, or they're going to send you pills home, because that's a service that they offer now. Mostly they're going to send you home with prescriptions. And so when you get home, I want you to sit down with your new list, with your new pills you just got, look to see what's on your list, look to see what's in your cupboard already. Okay. Pull those out. And if there's something new, so you went from glipizide 10 milligrams and you used to be on 5 milligrams, then you need to go ahead and dispose of that 5 milligram tablet. Put it to the side because you're now on a 10. That's the same way you maybe come home with atorvastatin 20 milligrams and you already had atorvastatin 20 milligrams at home. You want to get rid of the old one, because I don't want you doubling up. That is very, very bad. It could lead to very bad side effects, very bad reactions if you double up. So yes, so when you come home out of a hospital, out of the facility, then you should have a nice new, what you should be taking now. So you go through, you clean out the old. If there's stuff on there that you didn't get new prescriptions, you look and say, okay, I have 5 things up here that I'm still taking. I'm going to get rid of the other 3. And then if there's any new stuff, so clean out when you come home, and making sure that you're keeping it in a safe area. That would be my thing, is that go through that. That's one of the first things you should do when you get home. You're going to be tired from being in the hospital or whatever, but that's an important thing, because I don't want you to overdose, because overdosing could be bad. It can lend you back into the hospital or somewhere else. And so that would be my suggestion, is first off, clean out the old, get things set up for your new one. If you had pill boxes set up, dump them out, dispose of those old medications, and then set up your new ones for your next time.
So this seems like you mentioned, we come out of the hospital, we're tired, we're stressed. Like, this seems a little overwhelming to me, to niostatin, blah, 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 blah. Is this something that we could call you and you could help us through? That the type of thing that you would do for us?
I could help you. I could walk you through that. So yes, that is something that I could help walk you through over the phone, or there are services I'm sure that Lucy, you have in your blue book, that somebody could come in and get to you within a 24-hour window, so that you can go ahead and get that new stuff set up and cleaned up. But yes, absolutely, that's something I could walk you through. And we could read through the labels together. We could go through and set up everything and make sure that we get rid of that old stuff.
And then would you also sort of be able to help us, kind of determine which medications are coming from what doctor, and if things have changed? Like, would you help us coordinate with those different docs to make sure, all the medicines are going to work well with each other and that kind of thing?
Exactly. That's the other thing that I could do, is help you make sure that you're taking the right medication for the condition that you have now. And so, and we would go through your physicians, and I know several of you have many different physicians. You have a specialist for this, and this, then you have your primary. And so, yes, we could sit down and go through that and make sure that we understood why a certain medication came from a certain physician, why you're taking it. And is it important that it's something that we need to check with your primary, if they're going to be the ones continue it? If you were in the hospital and it was a hospitalist who sent you home with the medication, or you saw a specialist in the hospital and they send you with the medication, absolutely, we could work through that and make sure you understood which physician should be prescribing what, and what is the best thing for you at that time with your new regimen based on coming out of the hospital.
Nice. Okay. So if somebody wanted your help with that, how would they get in touch with you? Where do they go? How do they find you?
Sure. So if they wanted my help with that, they would go to my website, which is drmelissabalizan.com. And there's a link there that you can book. I think it says book and ask Dr. Melissa appointment. And so that'll put you to my calendar link, and you can get on my calendar.
Nice. And we'll have that link in the body as well. And then give us a quick phone number as well, so that we can call you direct.
Absolutely. So you can reach me at 719-250-5389. And it's often best that if you text, that's wonderful. You can text me, or you can leave me a message, because often I will answer the phone if I can, but I'm often with clients. And so your call is just as important as the client's call that I'm on. So leave me a message, tell me who you are, tell me why you want to call me and talk to me, and then I will get back to you.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I know medications can sort of make or break a recovery or a healthcare journey. So it's good to know that there's help out there if we need it, and we just have to call Dr. Melissa. It's so easy. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me, Lucy.
thanks. Thank you for your time and sharing your knowledge with us. And get in touch with Dr. Melissa if you have any questions about your medications.